Number 1. Abusive home. Unfortunately, many people are raised in abusive or broken homes, pending a number of reasons. It's not uncommon for the behaviors learned in abusive homes to carry into adulthood, serving as reminders of what is normal, or even a subconscious or conscious response to actively avoid becoming vulnerable to any and all emotional connection. If an adult child never breaks the cycle of abuse and repeats it, any romantic relationship is going to have abuse as part of it. Of course, the abuse may show up as an adult who chooses an abusive partner because they haven't worked through the trauma of their parental relationships. Number 2. Secure attachment. These individuals usually grew up in a supportive environment, where parents were consistently responsive to their needs. People who are securely attached are generally comfortable with being open about themselves, asking for help, and allowing others to lean on them at an emotional level. They have a positive outlook on life, are comfortable with closeness, and seek physical and/or emotional intimacy, with minimal fear of being rejected or overwhelmed. Securely attached individuals are generally consistent and reliable in their behaviors toward their partner. They tend to include their partner in decisions that could affect their relationship. Number 3. Insecure avoidant. Also referred to as dismissive avoidant attachment, children usually develop this attachment style when their primary caregivers are not responsive to, or are even rejecting of their needs. Children learn to pull away emotionally, as a way to avoid feelings of rejection. As adults, they become uncomfortable with emotional openness, and may even deny to themselves their need for intimate relationships. Number 4. Loss of childhood. People who experience a very distressing childhood often can't remember large swathes of their early life. They may remember particularly vivid moments, sometimes called flashbulb memories, which don't have any context to them. They often don't have a clear story of themselves as a child, up through adolescence, early adulthood, and sometimes even later in life. This autobiographical sense is called a coherent narrative in attachment theory, and can be absent, underdeveloped, false, or oversimplified. Many people feel like their childhood has been stolen, and without such a foundation, adult identity is compromised. Number 5. Shame-based thinking. A sense of defectiveness, or shame-based thinking, often comes from a mean or dismissive parent. Especially if you were a more sensitive or introverted child, a cruel familial relationship would weigh heavily on your self-esteem for many years to come. If you feel that unique sense of shame, when your heart feels rubbed the wrong way, listen to what your heart is telling you. What kinds of thoughts come up for you? And when you feel this way, what defense mechanisms do you employ? Do you keep people at arm's distance emotionally? Do you shut down and become passive in your communication? Your coping mechanism for not feeling worthy of being loved would be to distance yourself from loving relationships of any sort. You might be reluctant to let anyone see you for who you are, because who you are doesn't feel good enough to be loved. It can be a scary endeavor to start to shift your behavior, but small steps will start you on your journey. You don't have to swing the pendulum from the mindset of "I'm not worthy of love and belonging" to walking around and being an open, vulnerable, exposed wound of a person. Who you choose to let into your personal space, thoughts, feelings, etc., is always up to you. And you can take it at your own pace.